Hello, 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 and good evening and welcome, and all those other things. Hope you can both hear and see me. That might be like 11 weeks in a row if that is the case. It is Friday night. It is 9 p.m. here, and it is, it's the weekend. Are we all happy, happy people? I'm not late, thank you. Well, okay, yes I am. It's 1 minute past, so I take it back. I will start with the first comment I can see, which is from Lily297. Hello from a cold Bolton. It's actually pleasantly mild in Sheffield. Yeah. I don't know what more to say about it than that. Simon's in. Betting I'm late. I'm not late. Well, barely. Zenny's in. How we doing? Dan says, just popping in to say hello. No quizzing tonight. Having an early one. Up early to go to Gran Canaria. All you ever do seems to go on holiday. How can you afford to go on holiday so much? You lucky bugger. Well, enjoy. You'll get some winter sun there. Somebody I worked with today was like, oh, by the way, I'm on holiday the next 2 weeks. All right, where are you going? I'm going to Barbados. Like, what? They went to like Antigua. I think I'm either criminally underpaid or everybody else is criminally overpaid. But enjoy that. That should be nice. Get some winter sun. Hopefully, when you get back, I'll have a whole bunch of Cardinal Tetras ready for you to buy. But we have some news. Dun dun dun. Well, I don't know. I might not share the news. I might save it for the video so I don't spoil it and you get an extra 6 of you to watch the video when it comes out. It's weird that my live stream audience and my video watching audience seem to be very, very different. Brian's in as well. Hello, Brian. How are we doing? Morley, enjoy. Have the nice weather. I'm so jealous. I am kind of jealous as well. What's the stat we've had recently? We're, a day away from March or 2 days away from March, and we haven't had one single day in the UK where it hasn't rained. Graham's in. Hi, Graham, Scarlet Sister's daughter. Who else have we got? Thank you very much. I will certainly try. I'll dial in next week from sunny Gran Canaria, not rainy Sheffield. Yeah, sorry to disappoint, Simon. I was near enough on time. Mandy, how we doing? Only Poland and Thailand to go after this. Also, no kids. More. That's it. I did think about calling my third child Mercedes because that's about how much she cost in childcare. But anyway, Mickey's in as well. My goodness, all the old school's back. That was an ominous. Hi, Brian. It was not ominous. It was lovely and welcoming. That's what I was going for. Adam says, I went to an auction last week. Excellent new method. Totally avoids your multi-bag issue. Oh, you must share. Because I've got a couple of auctions coming up. I might even properly join my local fish club so as I can get involved in the auctioning so as I stop complaining about it. One of my new leafs... Sorry, I'm cutting my nails here. This is very disgusting. One of my new things is to stop complaining about things or only complain about things when I've tried to do something about it. One of my favourite hobbies is just to complain about things. And then people say, well, have you done anything about it? I go, no, I just want to complain about it. That's my thing. Thank you very much. So I'm going to try getting involved and fixing things and then complaining about them legitimately. But yes, we've got a couple of auctions coming up here. I don't know if I'm going to go to them all, but I'll certainly be going to the Sheaf Valley one. Oh. What we're going to do without Dan with his... That's why he can afford all the super chat, because he hasn't got any kids. Lucky. Thank you very much, Dan. Again, you don't have to do the super chats, but they're always appreciated. I forgot what I was going to do. What was I talking about? Oh, I don't know. Auctions. Yes, I'm going to go to the Sheaf Valley auction. Which is in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, something like that. I'm still thinking about going to the other ones. Because this year, Dun, 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 big announcement. Not that big an announcement. This year I'm going to move more into becoming a shop, accelerating the sales of things, including fish. So I'm going to be, I'll be bringing out a video that I'm kind of halfway through shooting, and I'm halfway through reorganizing my fish room at the moment. So I'm trying to get myself ready. I'm going to have several different phases of moving towards being a discus dealer. That's essentially what I'm going to do. I'm going to be a discus dealer. Everyone wants to be a discus dealer, don't they? I will explain all in a video, or if anybody is interested, I'll try and go into it a little bit. But I'm going to split it into certain phases, in that I used to be indecisive, but now I'm just not sure that the mega tank project, I'm just not sure my heart's in it. I can't quite bring myself to get started. Can't quite bring myself to settle on a decision. So I've made like 7 different decisions in the last fortnight, and there's just something bugging me about it. And I think I've figured it out, that I want to do this. I want to go in a different direction, but there's this like kind of dichotomy of, I detest people who cycle through fish constantly. So buy fish, enjoy fish, get bored of fish, move on fish, buy fish, enjoy fish, bored fish, move on fish. I don't want to be like that. I want to be buy fish, enjoy fish, realize the commitment. That's now my fish. I have a responsibility, and I'm going to keep it until it dies, hopefully of old age. But at the same time, the big fish thing, which I wanted to do, is my own fault, takes up a lot of space, a lot of energy, both electricity and mental, and real estate, and time. And my channel has become maintenance of enormous fish tanks, and that's not really what I wanted to do. Less adventures, more fixing, stressing, worrying about what that idiot's trying to kill constantly. So I want to go back to, the channel was always about discus. First of all, the channel used to be called Discus Newbie, and discus was my first passion in fish keeping. It's what got me into the hobby properly. As many of you will know, fish keeping for me wasn't really fish keeping until I got discus. Before that, it was a nice decoration in the corner. It was a fish tank. And writing my book, have I told you I bought a book? Writing my book helped me realise that discus was the thing that started that. Thank you, Simon, for becoming a member. I want to go back into that. I want to focus more on it. I want to scratch the itch of going into the retail side of things, and reached out to a few specialists across the world. I want to be the discus guy. I've always steered away from it because the discus hobby, especially in the UK, I don't know what it's like for the rest of the world, but it seems to be similar, is very dramatic. There's lots of drama in the discus world, and it's always put me off. And there's that thing about something that goes for turning a hobby into a business makes you lose love for the hobby, and that's the tale as old as time, and I don't want that to happen. I want to try it, because if I don't do it, I'll never know. I wanted to try big fish because I didn't know if I liked them. I did. I loved them. I tried it. I've done it. But I can't make peace with that against the backdrop of me preaching to people about passing on fish to other people. My problems are my problems. They're not for other people to do it. Now, saying that, there is obviously many and plenty of good reasons why you might move fish along. Don't think me wanting to have a dalliance in entrepreneurship of the discus world is a good enough reason. So, and the reason I'm saying that is because I haven't done it. It might not work out. I might get all these discus and everyone goes, yeah, lovely video, but I'm not buying any of them, or not interested, or whatever. It might not work out. It might not work out because I go, God, you know what? This is a lot of work. I can't be arsed with this. Yeah, I've totally gone off the idea. And if I get rid of all my big fish to go all in on the business side of things, and then it doesn't work out for one of those many reasons that it couldn't work out, I can't like just hit rewind and get all my big fish back again. So I'm going to dip my toes in. I'm not going to get rid of my big fish. As much as he's doing my nutting, Brian is here to stay. I don't think I'll ever get rid of Brian. Although it has seriously crossed my mind. He is very much the problem child. I'm going to keep all my big tanks. I'm going to keep Mega Tank as it is. And I've come up with a solution to dip my toes in to trying discus dealing sales. My USP will be I'm going to concentrate on this first phase on discus because that's the fish I know the best, it's the fish I love the best. So I want to be the guy that if you're in Sheffield or the surrounding areas and you want to dip your toes into the discus world, you come and see me. So it's going to be appointment only. You come and see me and I'll be able to sell you some discus. I'll be able to sell you some discus dither fish, other complementary fish for your discus tank. I'll be able to sell you plants for your discus. I'll be able to sell you hardscape. I'll be able to sell you substrates. I'll be able to sell you food. I'll be your one-stop shop for all things discus and discus related. And I think if I keep it to that for phase one, I can fit it into this room, into my current fish room without going too bad, too cluttered, and still keep Mega Tank. I've kind of got a solution for how that will work, and I've started it. I've moved some tanks around and moved things. I think it might work. I don't know. So that's phase one. If that works, and I like it, and that working, I've still not really said, I've not really settled on what my criteria for that working is. I think it'll be multifaceted. It'll be don't lose money, actually make some money, enjoy it, be feasible so you can fit it into your work, be not too risky, all those things. If that works, phase two might be I have to get rid of Mega Tank, because if I enjoy this and it works, that's what I want to do. It's not nurse that Mega Tank through, but I have made a commitment to those fish, so phase one can last as long as it needs to last until I find the right home. Hopefully, their old owner, because the fish that we're talking about here, they were rescues while someone else's tank was broken. My tank now is fine. It holds water. It's perfectly structurally sound. I can see into it. I've got lots of good things going on there. But if he gets his fish tank back up again, he can have those fish back, and that solves my problem. If not, I'll look into other options. And then I expand into the whole tank, the whole wall, and like kind of double, triple the amount of tanks that I can keep for my discus stuff, and then start to spread into other areas. And then if phase two works along similar criteria, phase three will be get a premises, get a shop. Phase four, get another shop. Phase five, world domination, etc., etc. I don't know. I have lots of ideas for things that we can do along those lines. Like if I get a premises and it's the right premises, and there's lots of things that have to line up for this to even make sense, then I can start to do my own fish clubs, my own auctions, my own events. I can have, all kinds of different events. I can do competitions in the person, in live. I can, I have things up here that are going, but I just don't have things down here. I don't know what to put in my wallet. Time and money are the things holding me back. So I need some social proof that this has got legs before we get too far carried away. But I would love you all to watch my next video, and even if you've got any questions now, ask me them now, and I can include that in the video, because I often make videos thinking, I've covered everything. And immediately the first 10 questions are like, oh yeah, I should have said that. Oh yeah, I should have said that. Oh, I should have said that. I'd love to get your feedback on the video when it comes out. It'll probably be a couple of days. I'm not 100% sure about when I'm going to order the fish, but I'm like looking to spend a couple of grand on fish to get this up and running. So all kind of good, exciting things coming up, shall we say. So that's my news. And you'll notice I also went out of the house last weekend. I went and visited a shop. I just happened to be in Barnsley and happened to walk past another fish shop and popped in and took a few sneaky pictures. So that was quite good. Oh, we'll do a bit more of that as well. Go and visit some more shops. But anyway, I'm talking nonsense, as well as more of that. Hopefully, if you have questions, I can answer them. We can talk about the ins and the outs of it. But as well as that, we have all our regular features. We have a big quiz coming up in about 15 minutes, the last one of the month, so we can see who's the winner for the month of February. We have another edition of the world famous Answer Smash. We'll have a bit of me checking as to whether or not there have been any new submissions. There weren't earlier on, I don't think, for the fish tank confession booth. Let me just have a quick check. If there are any more confessions, we might read one of them out. I need to find a better way of doing this, so I'm just going to click. Oh, we might have one new one. So we've got that to look forward to as well as any other interesting things that you guys want to talk about, because that's what it's about. It's about hanging out, having a bit of a chit chat, and seeing what's going on. Right, let's have a look at this auction stuff and see how it works. So I had 3 bags of Julie's lots 495, 496, 497. The bag went on the table of the last digit, then tables called randomly. I see. So everyone gets to see it. Yeah, that might be a good idea, actually. I've often thought that we should... I know why they don't do it, but I've often wished that they published the lists of the lots of what there was to be expected, so you knew beforehand if there was 15 bags of something that you're interested in, that you can really go for it or not. You can hang back or whatever it might be. But that's interesting, because normally the one that my club does is you get a lot. So I get a lot number 300 Graham Kerr, and my lot can be 3 boxes. And all they'll do is they'll go through, everyone gets 1 box out of the lot, and then they go back to the start and then get the second boxes, and then the third boxes, and then until everyone's run out of boxes. The other auctions that I've been to have done lot number 1, 15 boxes of tat, and they go through every single box of tat. And you're like, oh God, kill me now. And you don't know whether, like 8 hours later, you're going to get to somebody at the end who's actually got some decent stuff in there, but by that point you've lost the will to live. Most of the people have gone home, so that doesn't work. But I think the Sheaf Valley one works a bit better because they cycle through it faster. But the open tables might be a good idea. The Preston Society, I think it is, they're doing a lot of they're trying to limit the auction. I think they're getting too big, so they're trying to limit the auction so as you have only 1 box per lot. But if you have lots of stuff, say a lot, if you have multiple things, box worth of stuff to sell, you can buy a table and you can set up as a seller for the duration of the auction. So if you had hundreds of bags of fish, you could set up with a table and go, yep, you can just come and buy these, whatever. That sounds quite good as well. Right, anyway, I had 1 bag sale early on in the middle and 1 at the end, 32, 23 and 18. Somehow that's $46 to me. That sounds good. Yeah. I'd be interested to try that. In fairness, you gave Megatank a good run. It's not working for you. No point in holding on to that leaky box. I mean, it's fine now. And so, I'll let you in behind the door. So you remember the video I made about how I can see into Megatank? The biggest disappointment for me was it's got a big window in it and I can't see anything. That was really winding me up. But I swapped out the camera. So the GoPro, which is there now, I swapped that for another security camera I've got that does pan, tilt, zoom, and put that in there, and I can move it around now and look at different parts of it. And then I've got constantly on this screen, I've got a window showing me the aquarium at all times, and then dotted around the place I've got old phones like pinned to walls and pinned to the tank, constantly streaming the camera from inside. So if anything, I see that tank a lot more than I did when it had the big F-off window in it, because I can't actually see it from here because there's another tank in the way. So this is where I sit and do my day job, blah, 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 blah. And obviously I would wander around and have a look in it, and that was great. But now I sit and do my day job, and I just glance up and I can see what's going on in the tank. So I'm seeing loads of stuff that I wouldn't have seen. I'm seeing lots of like different behaviors and things that I just wouldn't have seen, because when I go up there and they can see me, it's like, oh, he's here, quick guys. So I am seeing a lot more. It is like watching someone else's tank though, obviously, because it's just like, it's a screen. It's not the actual fish, but it is the actual fish because they're just there. I can hear them make the noise and I can look up and see what's going on. And my solution I will still be able to see in and look in from the side. That will still work. But they're perfectly happy, and that's the main thing. That's the thing that gets me, is they don't care whether there's a window. That's not one iota of a shit is given by the fish as to whether there's a window there. So even if I can never see them, they are perfectly happy. And that's my first concern. So when I want to try it playing fish shop, I want to let them still live their best life, still in their big massive tank with lots of space and lots of swimming room and lots of good quality water and good quality food. Just because I can't see in it, that's a sacrifice I have to make right now, just so as I can try this thing and dip my toes in and see whether it's for me. But the compromise, if you like, is that I've got screens everywhere showing me what's going on, and if I really want to go and look, I can go and stick my head in and have a look. There you go. So I will be holding on to the leaky box for a while, but we'll never know. Mary says, Graham, Jathan and Jaylee and all say hi to Brian. There he is there. Jathan and Jaylina, 4 are my great-grandchildren. Oh, well, I apologise for my fruity language earlier. But Brian would say hello too, and then try and bite your fingers off, because he's a grumpy bugger at the moment. Aren't you? Don't look at me like that. You know you're problematic. He's starting to have a go at all the fish now, so he might be in this on his own. He's still leaving the silver dollars alone, but he's starting to have a little pop at the Oscar every now and again. He's starting to have a little pop at the other snakehead that's in there, so they might have to go into Mega Tank if he keeps this up. Should I be worried you want to get rid of Brian? I'll never want to get rid of you, Brian. That one, maybe. You, no. I could venture to say Brian thinks you're the problem human for continuing to move new house guests in without approval. Do you know what? That is probably his way of telling me that he's not happy with this new arrangement. And that's another thing about the... So my plan to expand Mega Tank and do the whole 2-tier system with the sliding shelves and all that, I was more doing that just because it sounded cool and it looked cool. My heart's just not in another big tank like that. It might be able to make it work, but the thought of doing it means I have to move those fish somewhere again, and the only place they can go is in this tank, and then I have to put up dividers, and then it's just like sardines in there for however long it takes me to do that, and then everything's so cramped and everything. It just doesn't bear thinking about. They've moved around a bit too much recently, so I just want to give them a little bit of time before another upheaval, basically. A problem human. You could go with that as your new name. Anyway, I'm way behind probably. So we've got 5 minutes to the quiz. Let me just put up the link to quiz for those of you who are interested in such a thing. And then we'll say hello to Rachel, who's joined nice and early. How are we doing? And Stevie P has joined as well. He's probably gone away again because it's so far behind. And nice to see you both. Mr. Luzinder says, may I become a henchman in your world domination? Well, I will need henchmen. I would like some of you to get fanatical about me. It's the only thing I'm missing is fanatical subscribers that can go and spread the word. Make? Prizes! Someone can go forth and spread the word and join all the UK fish forums going, have you heard of this fantastic new private appointment only fish shop in Sheffield? Oh, it's run by this points make? Devilishly handsome man
Prizes!
who knows a lot about discus. Bandits here. I won't be here for long tonight as I'm watching the final qualifier for a race event in America. I hope everyone gets their spaces in for Answer Smash. No spaces allowed. Will name be available for the quiz? She's running an errand for her mom that's going to take twice as long as it should. Oh, right, okay. What do points make? Prizes! Everyone's putting their prize. That's if you're a member, you get extra points in the quiz. That's what everyone's doing at the moment. So if you're a member and you want some extra points, prizes, go for it. Club. I read that. I read that as Club 18 to 20, which is like a holiday thing for everyone going and getting plastered in Ibiza. The club was 80 to 20 on pre-registered lots and 70-30 on the day of. 43 people here. Only 43. Happy for every single one of you. Thank you very much for joining me. Everyone who has decided that Friday night, spend it with this idiot and listen to me rant about whatever it is I'm going to rant about. I'm eternally grateful. Apple Gal's here. Hello, hello. Found a way I could stay here and still watch the qualifier. Excellent. Be home for 3 of 5 work days this week with a nasty cold. The only one around to keep me sane was my beta. Ah, excellent. Well, not that you had a cold, but something kept you sane. Right, well, I've got some member points to sort out. While I do that, Brian has a question. If you were to do another fish room in the house, would you do a gallery style or racks? Yes. One of them. My fish room, in its evolution at the moment, is such that it's too hard to do anything drastically different, so we're just moving things around and tweaking things and moving them a little bit. Whereas if I was starting from scratch, I don't know. It depends what I'm trying to do. So if it was a breeding facility, then I would optimize it for breeding. That would be lots of racks, lots of water changes, all those kind of things, lots of separate ready to go spaces and tanks. If I was trying to make it, I guess by gallery you mean like a nice aquascaping type thing where there's just lots of beautiful tanks. I think that would be great, but it would also frustrate me that I wasn't optimizing the space, because every time I've ever had a fish room, whether it be like a spare room in my house, to trying to get a section of my garage, to using a whole garage, to moving in here and using a garage, it's always been, even if it didn't start out this way, it's always been about cramming as much as possible in there. And it went through stages of cramming as many tanks, individual tanks, to cramming as many systems, to cramming as many big tanks. And that bit, I think, is kind of circular and cyclical, where you just try it all the different things. Ideally, I would have enough space to do both, that I could satisfy my need to have a breeding section where I could concentrate and have space to breathe and think on breeding. I'd have grow outs and other not necessarily beautiful tanks, but established tanks that were there doing a job, and then a gallery section where it's just some nice tanks, lots of them. But the thing I think I would get frustrated about, that I get frustrated about now, is when you do one aquascape, you want to do another, and then another, and then another, and you quickly run out of space. So it would need to be enormous to give you the amount of space that you would need to do a nice gallery. And I would like to do different things. So I kind of want to do, as I said, I started with discus being the passion, then it was the big fish. I want to see what big fish is like and try them. Then it was, I'm now doing mbunas, are one of my favourite things to watch. So I'm really enjoying this tank because there's lots of action always going on, lots of breeding, and that's kind of just leave them to it and they do it themselves. Loads of colour, loads of action. Really interested in that. So African cichlids might be a thing that I want to get into as well at some point. Now I'm trying to think about, how do I make a shop? What looks good? Although it will be appointment only, I'm not really trying to bring in street trade. I'm I'm trying to set things up of, right, is that a good level for people to look at things and see and choose, or how do I get, is there enough space for them to walk down that aisle, or can they get through here? Am I laying out plants properly? All those things, and being upset that I can't get some of those things done because I've just not got enough space. So, yeah, I don't know what I would do. I think I would maybe, I wish I had more space for activities. So not for tanks, just for activities. Like, I'd love a workbench. I'd love a proper sink. I'd love empty space that I wasn't immediately tempted or inadvertently attempted to just fill with crap. I would love a studio where I could set up cameras and it not just be constantly fighting glare and lights and getting things in shot that I don't want to get in shot and having to move and just not having enough room to get a camera set up to do something. So there'd be lots of things I would do here. Anyway, I said I was going to do all the bleeding member points there, and I didn't do any of those things. There are 8 of you joined so far for the quiz. Surely not. Surely there's more than that. The same teams from last week are there. You've got ladies and gents. I've just left that. I've been very busy today, so I haven't changed much. But we will give all the members their points. So let me see, who have we got? We have...
What do points make? Prizes!
Apple Gal, 75. I like it when you ask for your points at the start, because it's easy to add 75 to 0. Scarlet Sister's daughter. You're not a member, are you? Or are you? Yes, you are. I don't know. I never remember. What is the... Yes, I think you are. What's your name, Scarlet Sister's daughter? Can't see you. Mini scenes GB has come and gone. Goodbye. Mona Lee, 75 points. Stevie P, 75 points. He's still here.
What do points make?
Prizes.
Prizes!
Simon. Can't see you, Simon. What's your name, Simon? Adam is, Brian says, we home Graham, 75 points. Zenny, I can't see Zenny either. Yes, I can. There she is. 75 points. Juggler's in. How we doing, Juggler? I think the only person I haven't added is Simon, because I can't tell who Simon is. Oh, yes, I can. Fat Kids When He Sees So. There he is. Got it. So you're all joint first. Scarlett says, I'm Teresa Carroll. Okay. Got you. I think we're good. QR code, please. Sorry, I always forget the people who like to scan the scanny thing. There you go. You could still use the whole garage. I could, but I'd have to build another building to put the stuff that's currently using the rest of the garage in. And it's not, there's not that much more, so maybe another bank of tanks. That's probably all I could get in there. It would be just as problematic. What phase will the international shipping of gorgeous discus be? That would be phase 5, I think. That's international domination, world domination. I might do shipping of fish at some point, but not in phase 1, because I think it's already big and scary enough. Talking about spending thousands of pounds on stock to hope that people are going to come and buy my fish. Juggler's in. How we doing, Jugs? Nice to see you. Hope no maths or geography quiz for you tonight, Mandy. There may be. You never know. Right, we're up to 15 participants. Only 15 of you wanting to play. Well, we're about to kick off. We're already 6 minutes over. I think we're good to go. Good luck, everybody. Um, 20 questions, gambling on questions 10 and 20 with a cryptic-ish clue. Question number 1. Complete the traditional good luck rhyme for a bride. Something old, something new, something borrowed, and something... Is it blue, bold, gold, or true? Blue, bold, gold, true. In terms of teams tonight, we have fairly close. There's 7 on the ladies' team and there's 8 on the men's team, or gents' teams. And to all of you who don't identify as either of those things, for the purposes of this, would you be ever so kind to just pick one? And we'll say no more about it. Something old, something new, something borrowed, something... Blue, says everybody except one person who said gold. So that person, we'll just quickly have a look and shame them. That was Harry. Sorry, Harry. But it would have come out. The answer is obviously blue. The traditional good luck round, something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue, is believed to bring good fortune to the bride. Each item is thought to bring a different type of luck. Something blue representing purity, love, and fidelity. There you go. Blue is correct. Zenny McGinger with the fastest fingers. 85 points on that one. That doesn't rhyme. It does rhyme. Something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue. Isn't it? That rhymes. I don't know what you're on about. Question number 2. What British-American band released I Wanna Know What Love Is in 1984? Was that Cheap Trick? Was it Foreigner, Supertramp, or Rush? What British-American band released I Want to Know What Love Is in 1984? Power ballad for the ages. What do you think, people? Is it Cheap Trick, Foreigner, Supertramp, or Rush? Oh, 13 of you thinking it's Foreigner? It's Foreigner. Of course it is. The power ballad I Want to Know What Love Is hit number 1 in both the US and UK. See, I'm trying to think for all my audiences, giving you both easy questions. Ryan says Rehome Graham is joint first after that. Fat Kids Win at Seesaw, 244 points. Harry got that one. Well done, Harry. Mysterious Error 404 snuck in as well. Question number 3. In the original Star Trek television series, what colour is Mr. Spock's blood? Is it blue, green, red, or yellow? Can't get that song out of my head now. Bing bong, bing bong. What colour is Mr. Spock's blood in the original Star Trek television series? Is it blue, green, red, or yellow? You think it is green predominantly, being the number 1 answer. It was, in fact, green. The half-human, half-Vulcan Mr. Spock had green blood in the original series. Adam takes first place on his own by 1 point with that one. Lee's up into 3rd. Error 404, last place. That is mysterious. Applegal, Stevie P, Juggler, Scat, Zenny McGinger, Teresa, Carolyn, and the G's making up your top 10 as we go to question number 4. In the Harry Potter series, which sweets come alive and are accompanied by a collectible wizard trading cards? Is it chocolate frogs, chocolate lizards, chocolate ants, or chocolate snakes? To be fair, it was turquoise, so blue wins too. I think it was green. Yeah, definitely green. In the Harry Potter series, which sweets come alive and are accompanied by collectible wizard trading cards? Most of you going for frogs? Some Harry Potter fans in the house? It was indeed frogs. I did not know that. That was just your dodgy grunting TV, Brian. I think that could be it. Yeah, your colour saturation was off. Frogs, lizards, ants, and snakes. It was frogs. Question number 5. In which of these Shakespeare plays does the ghost of the title's character's father appear to him? Is it Hamlet, King Lear, Othello, or Titus Andronicus? I kind of murdered that question there. I shall repeat that. In which of these Shakespeare plays does the ghost of the title's character's... I can't say that either. In which of these Shakespeare plays does the ghost of the title character's father appear to him? Bones called him a green bloody SOB. Read that wrong, as did I several times, Adam. In which of the plays does the ghost of the title's character's father appear to him? Seven of you going for Hamlet, a few King Lears, a few Othellos, no Titus Andronicuses. It was Hamlet. Just like the cigar. Hamlet's father appears to him as a ghost and tells him of his murder of the... Forgotten to speak already. Hamlet's father appears to him as a ghost and tells of his murder at the hands of Hamlet's uncle. Oh, Adam's dropped out the top 3. Stevie P's moved up into the top 3. Lee's consistently moving up steadily into second place. Question number 6. A Muslim's pilgrimage to Mecca ends in which country? Is it Iran, Iraq, Kuwait, or Saudi Arabia? Or if you're American, Iran, Iraq, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia. But if you speak properly, Iran, Iraq, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia. Where does the pilgrimage to Mecca end? Was Taggart in Shakespeare? I think he was. I'm sure I've seen some it's been a murder in Hamlet version. A Muslim's pilgrimage to Mecca ends in which country? No, we've got 3 for Iran, 2 for Iraq, no Kuwaitis, and 9 for Saudi Arabia, which is the correct answer. Mecca is situated in a valley in western Saudi Arabia. You know, I did not know that. Moving swiftly on to question number 7. What is the title of this political television drama which ran for 7 seasons on NBC? Is it Designated Survivor, Homeland, The Americans, or The West Wing? Fish Fam Link doing the hard shelling here for me. Thank you very much. Memberships, super stickers, super chats. Oh my, they are fun and help support the channel. They do indeed. But just being here, that's all. That's what means the most to me. Thank you very much, everybody. What is the title of this political TV drama? What was that noise? Who knows? It's a bit of a small picture, isn't it? Sorry. Well, it's a small picture of The West Wing. Question number 8. What breed of dog is shown here? Is that a St. Bernard, a Newfoundland, a Bernese mountain dog, or an Australian, sorry, an Australian Shepherd? An Australian Shepherd. Shepherd. Oh, that's not how that word sounds. Is that a St. Bernard, a Newfoundland, a Bernese mountain dog, or an Australian Shepherd? I vaguely recognised the teeny Alison Janney. You think... most of you think it's the Bernese mountain dog. Most of you are correct. The Bernese mountain dog, named for Bern, Switzerland, is one of 4 breeds of Swiss mountain dogs. What accent are you trying to do? That was my fabulous Australian. Oh, sorry. Sorry, the entire continent. I did say I was going to try and stop doing accents. And I've never claimed to be good at accents. I just enjoy doing them. Question number 9. Which plant produces the aromatic cooking staple commonly known as bay leaf? Is it borage, laurel, savoy, savory? Let's say savoy, or sorrel, or sorrel? I used to know a girl called Sorrel. A Glaswegian Wellington hybrid. I think, yeah, it wasn't Australian. I don't know what it was. Refreshment time. What produces bay leaves? You think it might be laurel or sorrel? It is laurel. The leaves of the aromatic laurel plant are also known as bay leaves. Are those bay leaves flavouring dog kibble? It does look a bit like that, doesn't it? What is this? Or is that some kind of spice? I think that's going to be some kind of spice. Struth down the crows. Yeah, no, can't do it. Mona Lee takes the top spot. Just in time for the betting question. This is where I will now give you a cryptic clue, and you can choose whether to bet some, all, or none of your points, and a chance to gain double, some, or none of extra points. Here comes your cryptic clue, which always helps. Aloha. Aloha. What does that mean? Cocoa Puffs. They could be Cocoa Puffs, yeah. What was the name given to the Hawaiian Islands by Captain James Cook in 1778? Was it the Cook Islands, the Marshall Islands, the Sandwich Islands, or the Society Islands? Always all in. That's what we like to see. Good one, Bandit. Brian's betting his imaginary credits. Yeah, you're not even playing, Brian. Why are you not playing, Brian? This is where I went on my honeymoon. Oh, lovely. I'd quite like to go to Hawaii. I've never been. If in doubt, go D. I mean, that's a tactic that has been worth its weight in gold, some would say. What was the name given to the Hawaiian Islands by Captain James Cook in 1778? You have gone with the Cook Islands more often than not. Nobody going for Marshall Islands. One person going for Society Islands. We think that might be Juggler. And 3 people going for Sandwich Islands. The correct answer is C, Sandwich. In January 1778, while visiting the island group now called Hawaii, Captain James Cook dubbed them the Sandwich Islands in honour of the trip's sponsor, the 4th Earl of Sandwich. Now, that's changed some things, I would have thought. Ho, ho, ho. The mysterious Error 404 is straight up into the 3rd. Zenny McGinger using her honeymoon knowledge to get up into 2nd. And Fat Kids win at Seesaw, stretching his legs out in 1st with 1,464 points. And a lot of losers down at the bottom. Lost everything. But, as we've seen before in previous games, you can lose everything at the halfway point and still get back into the top 3. Question number 11. Here we go. All 10 of the world's highest mountains are located in Asia. Is that true or false? I've given you a couple of 50-50s in the second half of the quiz tonight. My heart sank when I saw so many for A. I know, but a lot of people's hearts went, oh, phew, everyone's gone for that one. All 10 of the world's highest mountains are located in Asia. Is that true or false? You think it is true more often than not. And if you answered true, you are correct. What is that? There should be... Right. If anyone's like a programmer, write a program that records doo-doos, you know, like something's disconnected, to tell me what it is that got disconnected. Something, a log somewhere. Let's probably just go to the logs. An easily readable and findable log that says, you know that doo-doot, that was your mouse disconnecting, or your keyboard, or your whatever. I'm doing it all day. Nothing has actually disconnected. Anyway, sorry. Shut up, Graham. It was true. All 10. Specifically in the Himalayas. Towering giants include Mount Everest, K2, Kanchenjunga, Lhotse, and others. Others. I like it. Mona Lee in 5th. Not too far away from the top 3, though. Juggler down there with 0 points. Ouchie. Stevie P with only 69. 69. Sorry. So juvenile. Question number 12. Roughly how many languages are spoken on Earth currently? What? Alexa, say do-oo randomly in the fish room.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
She's not quite sure how to help me with that. Roughly, how many languages are spoken on Earth? You think 100 has got 1, 750's got 3, 1000 has 6, and 7000 has 5. 7,000. As of 2022, there were 7,000 recorded spoken languages on Earth. However, nearly 40% of the languages are endangered, and only 23 of them account for over half the world's population. Ah, my best phonetic attempt. Doo-doo. I get you. You're evil. That would be awful to do if I... Oh, that'd be quite fun. You could write a program that would just randomly go into people's houses and Alexas to make it go doo-doo. Like all day I've been like, yeah, working away, on a call, whatever. Doo-doo. What is it? What's unplugged? Nothing. You hear it again? Right. How do I find it? Come on. What is connecting and disconnecting? Now, I'm reluctant to pause the live stream just so as I can look at the event logs on my PC. But you know what? We're going to do it. Hear it again. Nothing is disconnecting. Everything is working. Would it be Windows logs? System? It's got to be system, surely, because that's a system sound. Doo-doo. Google Drive, could it be? No, it could be that. Sorry, I realize I've just paused the quiz entirely here, so I can go through logs. If you ask Alexa to make the USB connect disconnect sound, will she? Let's try. Alexa, make the USB connecting or disconnecting sound, please.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Now. So it did it like 3 or 4 times in the last 2 minutes. Device association service. Device association failed to select ceremony. What the? That doesn't mean a thing. What? Okay, right. Let's carry on with the quiz, shall we? Sorry. I get obsessed sometimes. Question numero 13. Which of the following is not the name of a model of Ford Mustang? Which of the following is not the name of a model of Ford Mustang? Is it a Shelby, a GT, a Cobra, or an Overdrive? Overdrive. Oh. Could it be that? Tell you what, we'll do this in our own time, shall we? Which of these is not the name of a model of Ford Mustang? You think the answer might... Oh, wow, everyone's gone for Overdrive. You're correct. It is Overdrive. There have been many different models of Ford Mustang since its introduction in 1964, but none of them have been called Overdrive. Fat Kids win at Seesaws in first place, a good near 400 points ahead of second place Zenny McGinger. Mysteriously in third place is Error 404. Being around American cars all my life, if I get this Mustang question wrong, shoot me. Did you get it right? Or do we have to shoot you? This does sound like an issue you'd usually start investigating at 8:55 on a Friday night, so well done. I know. It did cross my mind, and I thought, no. Let's wait until later. Did you hear that as well? As soon as I started the live stream, it went doo-doo, and I was like, oh, is that the camera that's not connected? Question numero 14. You got it right. Well done, Bandit. How many gallons of milk does the average dairy cow produce in a day? 3, 6, 9. The monkey drank wine. 3, 6, 9, or 12. On average, how many gallons of milk does a dairy cow produce daily? Now, obviously, it depends on the exact type of dairy cow, because there are several apparently. You think it's 9? It is 6. On average, a dairy cow can produce about 6 gallons of milk a day, with each gallon weighing approximately 8.6 pounds. The amount of milk varies based on factors like the type of cow, its diet, and the healthcare. Now we know. I think it's US gallons. I should have specified, sorry. Whatever the sound is, it's been transmitted through the stream, not through your microphone. Yeah, so I've got desktop audio, so it's playing desktop sounds, and that's coming through as a desktop sound. Which is not annoying at all. Adam, the milk measurer, is absolutely 9. Sorry, Adam. My quiz software says it's 6, and that's what we're going with. Question number 15, moving quickly on. In a game of Texas Hold'em, a full house beats a straight flush. Is that true or false? These are damn weak American cows, because this is an American site that I'm using. Our British cows are like 30 gallons a day. Easily. On a day off. Do you have anything set to sleep that might be shutting off and coming back on? No, the only thing I can think of is it could be... So I have a camera connected to the PC, but it's only for power. Everything else that's connected by USB, I would notice. Because something would stop working. I think. Lumpy Dog says, cheers all. To me, that's like saying goodbye. Cheers, see ya. And you've only just arrived, but hello. We'll go with that. In a game of Texas Hold'em poker, a full house beats a straight flush. Is that true or false? You think it is false, and you are correct. What's that done to the scores on the doors? Simon's still in first place, Zenny in second, and Error 404 in third. The noise get more and more frequent. It's a dying. But I did think something along those lines. But so earlier on today, it went doo 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 doo, and then nothing, then doo doo, then like 10 minutes doo doo, 20 minutes doo doo, then doo 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 doo. It's like driving me mental. But I was always on a call or always in the middle of doing something. I couldn't just drop everything like while I'm on a live stream and start investigating the matter. It's very random. Like nothing's happened again. I bet you it'll happen again later. It's gone, so the battery has died. No, it'll come back because it did this earlier. But anyway. Question number 16. Which of these heavy metal bands released the 1992 power ballad Nothing Else Matters? Sorry, I will stop singing. Is that Black Sabbath, Iron Maiden, Metallica, or Motorhead? Do you have a UPS that came on? I do not have a UPS, actually. I do have a UPS, it's just not attached to anything, because, you know, like all good IT guys, I have all the backup methods and don't use any of them. No. I think it's going to be that camera that I switched out today. Oh, we've got some cats have been on some keyboards. I clicked wrong. I know this one. Well, go on, tell us the answer, Mandy, before I reveal the answer. Tell us what you should have clicked, and then I might give you some points. Don't care for what they do. I don't care for what they know. I know, etc. Lee thinks it was C. Our cats allow us to spend the night in their house. Yes, when I had a cat, it was very much like that. I used to get side eye from my cat, like, ugh, this is my living room. Why have you come in here? I pushed A, but I want no free points. Oh, fair enough. Because obviously, I thought more people would have gone for the correct answer, which was C. That was clearly Metallica. Nothing Else Matters, etc. Power ballad. That's two power ballads. I did not mean to. There was no power ballad section when I chose the questions tonight. But that is two power ballad questions we've had tonight. Nothing Else Matters, a power ballad by Metallica, included on the 1991 self-titled album. The song showcases the softer side of Metallica. There you go. What's that done to the scores? Not much. Zenny's still in second, even though she didn't get that one right. I think everyone's kind of hoping Simon bets big on the last question and gets it wrong at this point. Seen Metallica twice at Download. They're just great. I've never seen Metallica. I would have liked to have seen Metallica. I might go to Download this year. My son still wants to go. Should we have a Download meetup, everybody? Question number 17. In a race, if you pass the runner in second place, what place are you in? In a race, if you pass the runner in second place, what place are you in? It's one of those thought experiment type thingy-majiggeries. "1992's modern music bring back the 70s. I know. Well, so my middle son has started, he's a proper little entrepreneur, so he started selling things on Vinted, and so he's like buying and selling things to sell at a profit and make some extra pocket money and stuff like that. So he found my old motorcycle jacket, and many moons ago I used to have a motorbike. He found my old motorbike jacket, and it's a proper good jacket. I remember it costing me hundreds of pounds. a Heingericke Daytona something or other it was called. But anyway, he found this jacket. He said, "Oh, I've never seen you wear this, Dad." And I was like, "Oh, yeah." And I never will wear it again because I'm not allowed to ride a motorcycle because I crashed it and almost died. So I was like, "Yeah, fine, you can sell it. We'll split it 50-50, whatever you get for it." And he listed it. Bearing in mind, this thing had a manufacture date. I think it was in the inside pocket. It had this created in, it was something like 2002. It was made in 2002. And he listed it as vintage motorcycle jacket. Almost 25 years old. I was in such a bad mood for the rest of that day. Like, fucking vintage. Fucking 2002. Vintage motorcycle. I'll give you vintage. 2002. Anyway, sorry, I digress again. You think that if you're in a race and you pass second place, 3 of you think you're in first place. 3 of you are incorrect. You're in second place, obviously. It's one of those thought questions. If you pass the person that's in second place, you become second place. Oh, Applegal and Elaine caught out with the logic problem there. My hubby tried to ride a crotch rocket and whiskey throttled the gas and dragged himself on the bike down the street. I remember on my bike test, I did a wheelie in a 125, like Dragstar type, proper, not like a sports bike or anything like that. Someone told me this week that if Dirty Dancing was remade today with the same difference in years, it would be set in 2003. God. Yeah, sometimes I don't realise just how old I am. I was on a call this week where somebody, call with a bunch of people, and one of the people was talking about how they went to uni. And I think they said, "Oh, I went to uni in, I graduated in 2004 or something like that." And we were all like, "My God, young guys these days, you graduated in 2004." Somebody else on the comment, "I was born in 2004." I thought I was a bit old because that person had graduated in 2004. You were born in 2000. Oh. We're almost half a century old. I know. I thought I'd feel more grown up by now. Why am I not a proper adult yet? Anyway, question 18. Which of these American cities is the only capital of its state? Is it Chicago, Detroit, Sacramento, or New York? I have tattoos older than many of my co-workers. I know, I don't feel like an old person, but clearly am. Which of these American cities is the only capital of its state? Well, can we work it out? Come on. Clearly not. You all think it's New York City. The capital of New York is Albany. The capital of Chicago is Springfield. Detroit is a major city. but the capital of Michigan is Lansing. Sacramento is the capital of California. Oh, Bandit. You have to go away. I'm feeling too old to tolerate you. Oh, Simon got disconnected. It is Sacramento. You're right, those of you who said Sacramento. Zenny answered confidently wrong. Does that count for anything? Nothing for a pair, not in this game, sorry. Right, ready for question 19. The continent, that's a word. The continent of Australia, throw another shrimp on a barbie, is wider than the moon. Is that true or false? Brian's 55 this year. Brian. I was about to say something really derogatory there. You've got to be at least 75, Brian, surely. There's no way you're only 6 years older than me. We're going to have to get a picture of me and Brian, and all of you have to confidently say, Brian looks much older than you, Graham. In the nicest possible way. The continent of Australia is wider than the moon. Is that true or is that false? Oh, we don't know. 8 say true, 7 say false. The correct answer is... it's true! The continent of Australia is about 4,000 kilometres, that's 2,485 miles, wide. The moon's diameter is 3,000. So there you go. After 19 questions, the rankings are... Fat Kids Win at Seesaw is in first place with 1,938. Zenny's in second, 1549. And Mysterious Error 404 is in 1492. The teams, we haven't looked at the teams yet. How are the teams doing? It's not close. The men have redeemed themselves this week. The gents, although they have one more player, their total points is way ahead, but the average points is way ahead. So, you know, you're doing well. The top gent is obviously Simon, because he's there. The top lady is Zenny. So, I don't think there's much you can be done with one question left, but we'll see. Don't have as much great. Yeah, that's, to be fair, you've got a point there, yeah. Here comes your last betting question. Let's see if this changes anything. Good luck, everybody. Here's your really useful cryptic clue. I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. Life in plastic. It's fantastic. You can load a hand with every anywhere. Which of the following is not one of Barbie's sisters? Is it Skipper, Stacy, Miranda, or Chelsea? Which one is not a sister of Barbie? That was a mistimed question there, a comment there, Mandy. Graham picked a bunch of car and rock ballad questions. I feel like he's stacking it for the boys, and then I finished it off with the Barbie question. Are you okay? Did Barbie Girl not make it to the US? there's a song called Barbie Girl that I'm now thinking didn't make it to the US and you all think I've had a stroke or something. Which of the following is not one of Barbie's sisters? Is it Skipper, Stacy, Miranda, or Chelsea? You've mostly gone with Miranda. It's Miranda. Skipper, Stacy, and Chelsea are all the 3 younger sisters of Barbie. So, what's that done to the scores on the door? It was here, so Aqua made it over to the US. Your winners tonight. Let's see what got. Error 404 mysteriously made it in 3rd place. Zany McGinger has made it in 2nd place, and your winner tonight is... As if there was any doubt. Packers win at Seesaw with 3,800 cents. That's a lot of points. That's a lot of points. Right, that was the final month. So Stevie P has been kind of running away with it, so I don't know whether he's got enough points. February 2026. Let's see. So, as we see, as of last week, Stevie P had like an 800 point lead over Zany McGinger. What has tonight's? It's maybe not worth saying, but the boys won by over 400 average points tonight. Right, let's delete that. We'll copy that, move that, and we are in week 4. Put that there. Final standings for February. Zany McGinger takes the top spot. Ahead of Error 404. Brian says rehome Graham. Stevie P's relegated to 4th place. No. I mean, yay. I mean, no. I remember agreeing to send something to Stephen if he won this month and thought, it's one of those things you've agreed to after 3 beers again, Graham. It's expensive to send things to America. Stop saying that. Well done, Zany McGinger. You win a hearty congratulations. Everyone, give a hearty congratulations to Mandy right now. Go. Golf clap. Golf clap. Thanks, Fishkeepers. Proud to say I got the last question wrong. 5th for Applegal, an all-time record, is it? Well, you made it into the top 10. You've done all right. Were there any aquarium confessions this week? I did look earlier. I don't think there are. Did we read yours? Did we read Applegal's one about potentially dead data? I don't think we've had any confessions this week now. Even with the geography bullshit. Zen deserves a 5-gallon sample of your water as a prize. Yeah. I need to remortgage my house to get it to you. Congratulations. Barbie Girl did indeed make it all the way to the US of A. So now you're just judging me silently because I know all the words. It's only because it was on the radio all the time. Honest Gov. I didn't see any aquarium questions. I must be on the wrong channel. Well, there is another quiz to come, and there are some aquarium questions in the other quiz. Some aquarium questions. Loosely related aquatic questions. Some wet questions. At a stretch, there are some aquarium questions in the next quiz. In the next quiz, It's what I know you've always waited for. That's why I put it on second, because I know everyone, they're only here for the second quiz. If I look at my analytics, I get like 30 people, 40 people, 50 people, and then when we get to like past 10, everyone's like, oh, quick, let's go over to Aquarium Adventures channel because he's going to play Answer Smash. That's what we've got coming up. We will play that. I will put up the link in a few seconds. I'm just going to have a quick check of the commentios. I've only played twice this. That's why you got done, Simon. There you go. I'm not as dumb as I look, says Girl. You did fine. I'll send a hoodie to Stevie P, Graham, if you want on us. Oh, that's very nice of you, Phil. There you go. If you want a hoodie, Stevie P, send your details very quickly to Phil before he sobers up and realizes he's got a fortune to send things to America. Do we need aquarium? We don't need aquarium questions. Sometimes we have more fun without them. Have we got Answer Smash tonight? Have we got Answer Smash? We have got Answer Smash. Answer Smash! Answer Smash is coming up soon. I'll leave it for a while and Zenny wins the month. Have I slipped into this? Zenny has been a winner before. I'm sure she's done it a couple of times. I toured Europe when Barbie Girl came out. Our tour guide played the tape all day, every day in the bus. I read that as you tortured you. Well, it sounds like you were tortured. In a Barbie world. It's okay. I didn't win, and it's always very hot. Well, there you go. What very nice of you. Thank you, Stephen. So I'll just quickly share the Answer Smash. Will I share that? Yes, I can do that. I can do that. I know I can do it. I've done it before. Copy link address. There we go. Here you go. Answer Smash. We will kick that off in a few minutes. Well, any more questions? Are any of you in the UK interested in buying any discus? This is going to be a theme that you'll see from my channel. There's going to be a lot more discus content and a lot more trying to set up a fish selling business content. I'm trying to gauge what kind of fish people might want to buy. So, to me, I think specializing is the way to go rather than selling the things everybody wants. And I'm a bit worried I'm completely wrong. So for those of you who've missed the start of this, I'm thinking about setting up a shop, setting up a business, setting up fish selling business, but very small to start with, and specializing in discus stuff. So actual discus tank mates, discus such and suches. Am I right to stick to that and maybe the rarer stuff than platies, mollies, guppies, things like that? Bearing in mind, I'm going to be appointment only, kind of specialist stuff. Is that the right thing to go for, or should I be going for neon tetras, zebra danios? Don't know. Can you see how many questions we got right? I can see how many questions you got right. I go back in here and go in here. I can show you that. Will I go and get myself an extra refreshment? So 18 out of 20 correct, Simon. That's pretty good going. Zenny got 13 out of 20 correct and still got 3,000 points. That's also good going. So, is that what you meant? Remember, we're about to smash some answers, people, if you're interested in answering some smashes. I won't be repeating the rules more than once. In fact, I'm going to hand over to Zenny. Zenny, start typing, because you're better at this than me. The rules for Answer Smash. There'll be a question and there'll be a picture. Both of those will require an answer. What is the answer to the question and what is the picture? The last few letters of one of them will be the first few letters of the other one. Smash them together. If you put a space in them, I will track your IP address and I will come and punch you in the face. That would make a video series. I'm always looking for new and interesting video series. So I've spent about 6 weeks slagging off my live stream audience for not being able to grasp the concept of Answer Smash. They're physically assaulting them. That's the next move. Brian says there's only one fish, guppies rule. I know, but nah. Guppies you can get anywhere. Good discus, you can't get anywhere. I think a good curated. I'm hoping I can go over the fact that a lot of the discus scene in the UK, when I first started 10 years ago getting into discus, it was very tribal. It was very fractured. If you liked one, if you were on Team Chen's, then you couldn't talk to Team David Lai, or you couldn't, you know, devoted discus versus, oh, it was all, they were brutal. They were so scathing as well. And that just put me off wanting to get involved in that ever. But I think it's chilled out a little bit, and I also don't care as much anymore. So if somebody says something nasty to me, I'm a bit like, whatever. 10 plus years on YouTube has really, if nothing else, it will toughen you up to give you a hard skin against any kind of criticism. The amount of things I've been called over the years, I'm a bit like, whatever, thanks for your feedback, yeah, see ya. But all the thing has happened. Thank you, Hydrabide gang. If anything, it's just that the discus thing is kind of, it was the thing that I credit as getting me into the proper hobby. So it was the thing that got me the passion. It was the thing that got me that, rather than just a tank that was in the corner and a decoration, it was more of a, this is cool, I want to learn about this, I'm going to do research, I'm going to join groups, I'm going to buy books, I'm going to read books about this fish and learn how to do it properly and keep them, and argue with people on the internet for the next 10 years. And I think that it's also something that pairs quite well with YouTube, because I can make videos about the fish that I will have available. I'm kind of sitting between partnering with like a high-end importer. So I've been talking to a couple of UK-based ones and a couple of Malaysian ones. So you might not care about this, or you might already know this, but my old discus supplier in Sheffield used to import Martin Ung discus. So I have been speaking to Martin Ung about importing discus, and he's happy to do it and stuff, but it's a big commitment, but they will be high quality discus. That might be something I move into later if this does work out, because this could be terrible. I've said all this earlier. This could be the worst idea in the world. It could be fantastic. If it's the worst idea in the world, I really don't want to trash my fish room to go all in on discus. That's why I'm kind of nervous about it. Whereas if I go with a lot of my current discus in Megatank 2 are the ones that I've used from my Dutch importer. So again, they probably come from one of these farms. I've not been able to trace it all the way back yet, but I've been happy with them. Good quality. If I buy them young enough, I can put it on me to raise them. So I can do the raising and the selecting, and I can add the value there rather than buying them bigger from a farm that's got a good reputation for growing out good discus. So I can buy them really expensive and then sell them to you even more expensive, or I can buy them they're still going to be expensive, relatively cheap, put in some effort to myself to grow them out to get them good, and then sell them onto you, the good ones. If there are some stunted ones, if some of them don't work out, so what? I'll stick them in my 12-foot tank and be more discus for me. I think if I start small and just kind of see whether or not it works, to me, that's the only way. I need some kind of social proof to prove that it's worth pursuing and worth making the big changes of maybe getting rid of some of the bigger fish in the bigger tanks, if it's something I want to do. And I need to prove to myself that this isn't a huge waste of time and a huge mistake, because I would hate to go all in on it, realize I hated it, and I don't want to be involved in selling fish, and I don't enjoy the work and I don't have time for it, and it isn't making me any money. Because even buying the cheap fish, I'm still talking about spending thousands of pounds on bringing fish in. And then probably more, thousands of pounds to raise them up to get them ready for sale. So I think I need to start small. I don't know. I could be completely wrong. Who knows? We'll see. Betas is another thing I'm thinking of. Yeah, definitely. Oh, there's Fish Shop Matt. Hello. Just dropped into your live at this point, and I really like this. Oh, well, thank you very much. Yeah, well, I hope so. I think it's the only thing. It's not the only thing I've been passionate about. It's the first thing I've been passionate about. It's the only thing that I've not dropped any passion for. I've always liked discus. I've always, when in doubt, go discus. That's always been my thing. It's just been so powerful is not the right word, but it was the thing that took it from being fish keeping being an ornamental thing to being it's more than that. It's not just about having a cool thing in the corner. I'm going to fill my entire house with these things, which is possibly the wrong thing to do. I mean, I wouldn't advise everyone do this, but it was discus that got me there. There seems to be a gap in the market on the discus front. Well, I don't think there is. And that's one of the things that worries me, because in the UK, we have some really good suppliers of discus, one of whom I'm talking to and one of whom I hope to carry their discus. So if you know where to go, you can get good, high-quality discus in the UK. So to me, that's one of the negatives, because if there are well-established good routes to get discus, what there aren't in Sheffield is well-established good fish shops. We are not well served for fish shops. So ultimately, my ultimate goal here is that I start with discus because that's what I know and that's what my passion is bringing it in for. But if I can make that work, I then expand into other fish. And then, just before world domination becomes, I move into retail premises. I get premises and I have a good fish shop in Sheffield. That's where that could work, because Sheffield is not well served for fish shops. But I think I can only get there if I start by concentrating on the discus, because that's the thing I know. I don't give a shit about mollies. I don't give a shit about... I love guppies, but I don't care about them. Yeah. I think they're fantastic to learn with. I've been fascinated by trying to breed guppies and lock in strains and all that kind of stuff. Love guppies. Platies, mollies, swordtails. Yeah, great. Not that interested. I need to know whether or not this is sustainable for me, and the only way I can tell that is if I start with something I actually love. Because it can go one of two ways. I could love it and love it even more when I start getting involved in selling them, or I could love it and hate it because I start selling them and lose the love for it. If I can't love selling discus, I will never be able to love selling swordtails. So that's kind of where the distinction lies with me. That's what I'm going to try to do anyway. But anyway, that's what I was thinking. I think we will make an appointment for general common mixed guppies, neons. Exactly. That's why I'm trying to think of specialism for when I'm doing it appointment only. And there's lots of costs to this as well. Like, just getting my pet shop license back again. I think it's gone up to like 600 quid in Sheffield to get your pet shop license. This is all bringing me out in hives. Trying to think about these things. Who's going to make an appointment to come and buy some guppies? Exactly. Who's going to make an appointment to... That's what you go to your Maidenhead Aquatics and you browse all the other fish and go, oh, that pretty colours like that one. Yeah, let's have some of them. I'm relying on someone who wants something a little bit specialist, a little bit better than that. Not your run-of-the-mill bread and butter fish shop stuff. I need to have a fish shop if I want to sell run-of-the-mill fish shop stuff. I think. I could be wrong. I don't know. Brian says, as an elder of the chat, my advice would be to start with your bread. The exact opposite of what I've just said. Oh, love you, Brian. I disagree, though. I disagree. Unless you mean by that my bread and butter, and my bread and butter is discus. I don't think you do mean that. I think bread and butter is when I have a shop, if I ever have a shop. A mix of the rare or hard to get fish with discus being the main one. Yeah, so and that's what I was thinking. Discus and discus. I want to be, if you are in Yorkshire and you want a discus tank, I'm the man to see. That's ultimately what I want to get to. I want to sell the discus tank mates, the discus plants that are suitable, discus foods. I'm your one-stop shop for all. That's kind of phase one of Aquarium Adventures, is one-stop shop for discus and other things. And obviously, like you guys, which I've done in the past before, where people have reached out to me and say, oh, can you get these fish? And I can get them, and we sort that. So there will be the occasional special order stuff. Fish shop Matt play answers. We can't have me shouting at Matt because he doesn't understand how to play Answer Smash. If you're still here, Matt, Answer Smash is much like Richard Osman's House of Games, where they smash together answers. If you can't get it, I'm afraid I cannot stop myself shouting at you. And I don't mean it. You're the loveliest man I've ever met. But if you get it wrong, I will shout at you. And everyone else. I'm editing and I have no clue what. It's very simple. As I'm sure Zenny has... Oh, God, I knew she would do. There are two original words. They must overlap with at least one letter, usually more like 2 or 3, and maybe more. You cannot remove or add any letters, and there are no spaces or dashes in the answer. That's it. I don't want to be punched in the face. Well, as there is a high chance of me running into Matt occasionally over the years, I promise not to punch Matt in the face. Only the rest of you. At least if the fish don't sell it and you're stocking discus, you still... I mean, between you and me, if it all goes tits up and I'm left with hundreds of discus, oh, what a shame. Be terrible, that, wouldn't it? If only I had a 12-foot tank to put lots of discus in. Oh, yeah, so I'm kind of thinking about that. Right, okay. No spaces. Definitely no spaces. Where did we get to? Is it worth finding that's phase 3? Finding a small unit for this discus venture. So phase 1 is what the next video will be about. Having one extra rack in here dedicated to the discus stuff and sales. If that goes well, phase 2 is, I'm really sorry, but Mega Tank 1 has to go. Then I get to double up on the amount of tanks that I can have there. So that'll be a 12-foot wall with, I don't know, let's say another 8 tanks, 10 tanks, something like that. 2 racks of them, so maybe twice that in total. Phase 3, as if that works, then we go into a unit. If you go with discus, have an outlet to offload extras that don't sell. I am the outlet. That's kind of where I'm coming from. So would you say the discus newbie is a discus expert now? I mean, I don't like the word expert because I think you can never know too much. But they are the fish I know the most about, I'll say. I think I've got a good grasp on discus. I think I know what works, I think I know what doesn't in my experience, and I will be presenting it in such a way as this isn't the only way, this is my way. So if you go on Chen's website, they do things a certain way. If you go on various other forums, whether it's Devotedly Discus or Discus for the Discerning or any of the other big players in the UK, they all have their own ways of doing it. And I have a way that is borrowed from all those because I've used all those people. I know all those people. I've talked to them over the years. I've learned their techniques, and the ones that work for me are the ones that work for me. So I will have my techniques. Not expert, because so one of the things I really struggle with is illness, discus illnesses, and I struggle with it because I've not had that many illnesses. So touch wood, that's a good thing. I've not had that many illnesses, but a lot of the things you see on the forums for the big sellers is I've got this discus and I've got these problems, and when I try and second guess what that might be, I'm right more than I'm wrong, but I'm not, it's not like second nature to me, whereas I think that's something I could work on. Are rice fish popular in the UK? I think they are getting there. They don't seem to be as popular as in some of the warmer climate places, like I know summer tubbing and things like that that they do in the US a lot is a lot more popular, but they're certainly getting more popular. Even if there are people already doing it, these people are what, punching people in the face? No. Will you serve deep fried Mars bars in your fish shop? You're heading close to a ban. Right, we're going to do the quiz. Sorry, I've rattled on about my pipe dreams for too long. Enthusiast sounds better. It does sound better, doesn't it? Discus enthusiast. I am a discus student. I'd like to say I've done my A-levels. I'm working through my degree, and I'm looking to think about doing a master's or a PhD in the future. I kind of just want to make a website saying discus dealer because that sounds cool, but no. So we'll move on. Right, we're ready for Answer Smash, everyone. Do you know what you're doing? Free beer with every... Oh, JT's in as well. Hello. How we doing? Free beer with every discus purchase. I mean, phase 4 is events. So phase 4 is when I've already got a unit and I can start hosting events, whether that be having famous aquascapers come to do aquascapes, having fish meets and fish clubs, having auctions, having all that kind of stuff. There'll definitely be a free beer with every discus purchased at those ones. Is that phase 4 or is that world domination phase? One of the, whatever phase it is, one of them will fit in there. Answer Smash with no spaces. Here it comes. So. No. I've given you the first stupid Graham. There you go. Answer Smash. Stop telling people to put spaces in. You will be presented with a picture and a question. The answer to the picture and the question will form 2 words. The last few letters of one of those words will be the first few letters of another of those words. Sometimes the picture is the first word, sometimes the picture is the second word. You need to smash those answers together. There will be overlapping letters. Overlapping letters is the key part. In anything that overlaps, there are no spaces. If you put spaces in, I will make fun of you. Again, as Mandy says, the two original words must overlap with at least one letter. We have been doing this for 11 weeks now. I am not giving everybody free passes for the next bit. Are we ready? Are we ready? I think we might be ready. We have only 10 people. I'm not really going to punch you in the face if you get it wrong. It's just a bit of fun. Oh, we don't have the link for some people. Hang on, hang on. We will play the link one more time. Feels like I'm really milking it. There's the link. You got it? You got it, Lee? So there's a good example from Applegal. A red or green fruit and a female equals Applegal. No, that's not a good example. Juggler, that doesn't help. There's been no smashing there. That's just two words next to each other. That's the antithesis of what we're trying to do. There will be an overlap. If it's no, that's just can and head. Can head. That's not a smash. There has to be a smash. Sorry. I need to learn how to do this better. I can't keep shouting at my audience. That's why there's only 10 people playing. Well, there's 15 people playing now. Gluttons for punishment. Here we go. Right. Good luck. Smash. Smash is the key part. Answer. Obviously, you have to answer something. Smash the answers. Question number 1. Also known as the Reebok, a medium-sized species of antelope, or a Chevrolet car, that's your question, and that thing. What's that? I'll give you a clue. The picture is the first word in this one. What's the code? There shouldn't be a code. Or is it the code on the screen? 2BOAS. Remember, we're God's lobster car. What's wrong with you people? In what world is that a lobster? We're also playing men versus women tonight. For the teams, we've got equal teams. There's 8 men and 8 women, or 8 people identifying as each. So no excuses. The men won the first quiz tonight. Let's see how we get on with the second quiz. The code is on the screen right now. 2BOAS. If you still want to play, that's fine. It is a shrimp. Well done, Lee. Also known as the Reebok, a medium-sized species of antelope, or a Chevrolet car, is an impala, and that is a shrimp. So your answer is shrimpala. Shrimpala. Not car crash, not antelope. Antelope. Antelope is just antelope. It's not even 2 words. You can't smash together one... Antelope. Shrimp Prius. I mean, to be fair, that is at least an answer smash. That's shrimp and Prius, and the P is the overlap, so could not be more wrong, but it's an answer smash. Lobster car is just 2 words. Shimpala is Just you're allowed to be dyslexic. You can have Shimpala. That is clearly the intent was there. So you can have Shimpala. Shrimpy Corvette. No. So I'm giving you Shimpala, but none of the rest of them because we were going for Shrimpala. So, Zany McGinger, that was fast. For a one that you have to type in yourself, 81 points. That was good. So the ladies making up the top three mean that the teams tonight are going to be, yep, the ladies are in the lead. Zany McGinger, first place. Error 404 threw me again there. But you got it right. Question number 2. Ornamental carp kept in ponds. And that thing. See? Fishy question. See? Fishy. Ornamental carp kept in ponds and that thing. Oh, there's some interesting spellings going on here, but I will give you them. Gary's Gills was trying Malibu. I said, and that's the nature of the game. You need to find one that fits, that can be smashed. I would argue Lobster Car was more. I mean, Lobster Car was very wrong. After a while, it's difficult to tell who's scales of wrongness. Right, ornamental carp kept in ponds, and that thing, which is clearly an iguana. Koi guana. Ornamental carp kept in ponds is a koi. And koi guana. So I'm going to give you koi gunna, because that seems like close enough. I'm going to give you koi liguina, because that seems like a decent attempt. I don't want to punish dyslexics. Koi mono dragon. It's good, but it's not right, as they say. Lizard carp. Loiguana? I mean, that's just a typo, surely. Giving you loiguana. But lizard carp, no. Koi mono dragon is good, but you put a space in it, so you're an idiot. Koi guana it is. Well done, all these people. Zany McGinger's in first place, Scats in second, Stevie P's popped up to third. MC, Teresa, and Brian says Rehome Graham yet to score. What happened to GeoGuessr? I know I've not done GeoGuessr in a while. I've been busy today. I'm sorry. Question number 3. Winged, fire-breathing mythical creatures, and that thing. And remember, these are in no specific order. They're not easy ones first, then difficult later. They're all kind of mixed up. So if you've missed the first few, that's nothing to say you turnip dragon. God. So more than one people think that's a turnip. But you also both thought a winged fire-breathing mythical creature was a dragon. Dragon and turnip do not smash. But I thank you for your efforts. As crazy as they are. Right, what have we got? We've got dragonion, dragon and onion, dragonion, dragnip, so you've kind of done the opposite of an answer smash there. You've taken letters off dragon and onion. So the ones that would have overlapped and smashed, you've just, nah, I'm not having them. Nope, we're going to delete them and make up a completely two words that don't actually make sense as words, and we're going to put them adjacent to each other, and we're not going to smash them. Adjacent, dragnip. Turnip dragon. I feel like you're just doing it to troll me now. Of course it was drag onion. Never been a turnip. What kind of turnips have you seen that have green bits sticking out? I thought it was a potato at first. I don't get this Smash game. What? I don't understand how. In what way don't you get it? I mean, this isn't a you being stupid thing. This is a me being stupid thing, because I think I'm explaining this super clearly. I don't think it's that difficult a concept, but we're on week... so this is Answer Smash 11. We've probably been doing this for like 15 weeks now. And consistently people are like, what? Who? How? What is that? What's... I don't get this. What's happening? I don't understand what I'm doing wrong. What? Help me, help you. Question number 4. Protective head. So this one's quite simple. Just think, protective headwear. What's protective headwear? Something you put on your head that protects your head. What could the answer be for that? So that'll be a word, yeah? So that gives you a word. And then that thing. What's that? That'll also be a word. Now, if you arrange those words in such a way, if you use the protective headwear first, the last few letters of that should be the first few letters of that. Or, if it's not that, the last few letters of this should be the first few letters of protective headwear. Hat. I mean, yeah, but no. No, this isn't a thick thing. Even if you are thick, you should be able to get this. This is like tea time television. They do this, and people get it. This is not like a high cerebral thing here. It's not that hard. It's not that deep. It's not your fault if you don't get it. It's my fault for not finding a better way to explain it. Anyway, 5 answers. Protective headwear's helmet, and that's a meteor. So hell meteor. Well done, 6 people. Hell meteorite. I mean, it's not what I was going for, but it's not technically wrong, so I'm giving you that. Helmetor is just spelling. I'm giving you that. Helmeterror. I mean, asteroid head. Doesn't even smash. I mean, the key part of answer smash is the smash part. You could argue it's answers part. There are 2 key parts to answer smash. It's an answer and a smash. If you only have a smash with no answers, not going to be right. If you only have an answer and no smash, it's not going to be right. I applaud your perseverance with just seeing, maybe that'll work. Maybe it won't be that this time. We'll just stick it in and see what happens. It's never going to happen. Headphones. 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 Hell meteorite. Yeah, I'll give you that. Let's just spell headphones. Protective headwear, headphones, yep. But again, it's just one. Helmetier. Yeah, that's good enough. Are we going to give helmeter or yeah, headphones? It was, of course, helmetier. Zenny is kind of running away with it. 311 points. Rachel's 2721. Bandit Aquatic at 263. That makes up your top three. The teams, the ladies, oh, it's close. It's close for the teams. Let's just show you the teams quickly. The ladies are on an average of 184 points, while the gentlemen are on an average of 179 points. Well done, all. Question number 5. String instrument with fretted fingerboard, typically with 12 or 6 strings. And that thing. Not a comment. See, if you can make a wrong answer work, I love that. I applaud that. So that's where that's meant to be the hard bit. That you go, is that a meteorite or is that a comet? And I can't make comet fit. Oh, I can't get the answer. Not headphones. Mind your blood pressure. As a player of the instrument with 6 or 12 strings, I better get this right. Some of you are clearly just trying to get me to pop an actual blood vessel. I'm going to rise above it for the next 5 questions. You're not going to get a rise out of me now. A stringed instrument, typically with 12 or 6 strings and a fretted fingerboard. And that thing, I was looking for guitar and tarantula to make guitarantula. Guitarachnid. That's a good wrong answer. An arachnid and a guitar. It wasn't what I was going for, but it's good, and I'm going to give it to you. Gitaspid. Gitaspidi. Gitaspidi. See, again, you've no. Even if you hadn't missed out random letters there, if you'd put in guitar, so your R key's broken again. Whoever this is. In fact, let's find out who this is so I can address you directly. Here's the questions. Oh, it doesn't show you. Activity. Yes, there it does. Guitar Spiddy. Me to you on the ladies' team. Your R key is broken. Let's leave it at that. Guitar Speedy, even if your R key wasn't broken, that would be Guitar Spider. That's just 2 words next to each other. That's not an answer smash. Mandolin insect. Love it. No, because a spider's not an insect. Is that right? Is a spider an insect? No, spiders are not insects. Idiot. I had to look it up. Good answer, wrong. Not getting a point. Harpy spider. Harpy spider. So that's harp and spider with an I in the middle to fool me into thinking you smashed it. No, not harpy spider. Guitarachula. Guitar. I mean, that's not spelling. That's just wrong. Guitarachula. Raspider. I applaud. Yeah, I'm going to go with this. You might not notice. Raspider. What's a raspider? What is a stringed instrument? Rasp? Raspid? Unsurprisingly, no. The correct answer, guitarantula. Well done, those people. A spider sounds like a horrifying experience when eating raspberries. I agree. Insects have 6 legs. That's the one, yes. Creepy crawlies, yes, but no. I can't spell under pressure. I mean, I'll give you it for bad spelling, but wrong's just wrong. Right, question 6. Curved herbaceous fruit with soft flesh and thick green or yellow skin. And that thing. Curved herbaceous fruit with soft flesh and thick green or yellow skin. And that thing. I suspect there will be some poor spelling on this one. And remember, sometimes my spelling's awful, so don't worry about bad spelling. So we've had 4 answers, which are all correct and all spelled completely differently. I think we might run out of correct answer options, alternate answer options. A curved herbaceous fruit with soft flesh and a thick green or yellow skin. And this thing. What do we think? Banana wall, watermelon. Watermelon? Are you hoping for like half a point or something? Banana whale, cabbage. Thank you. Swimming unicorn. Nope. Banana whale, kiwi unicorn, pear narwhal. It was banana, a curved herbaceous fruit with soft flesh and thick green or yellow skin, and a narwhal. So, I need a second. So, banana narwhal is right, but spelt wrong, so you can have that. Watermelon is not right. Banana whale, close enough. I'm going to give you that. Cabbage, incorrect. Swimming unicorn, incorrect. Banana whale, I'll give you that. There's a lot of admin involved in the spelling ones. Kiwi unicorn, pear narwhal. No. Cabbage. Cabbage and watermelon are interesting. You know, in that way when in school and things like that, where teachers weren't allowed to say, no, that's wrong. You go, that's interesting. Well, watermelon and cabbage are really interesting. Because it was obviously banana narwhal. Denny's running away with it. I think she understands this so much. She's dominating tonight. Stevie P in second, and mysterious Error 404 is in third place. Only 3 behind Stevie P. Doesn't look nothing. No, the picture wasn't the banana. The description was a curved herbaceous fruit with soft flesh and thick green or yellow skin is the banana. The picture was the narwhal. You knew that. You knew that. Question 7. Slow mollusk with spiral shell. Refreshment time. Slow mollusk with spiral shell. What do we think? So, I mean, if you get it close enough and I can see that the attempt is genuine, a missing letter is not going to... It's not, especially if some of your keys don't work. And I must reiterate, if I have called you an idiot tonight, I apologise. I don't know what's going on in your life. It just... I seem to have invented a game that triggers me irrationally. I don't mean to alienate any sections of my audience. I'm so glad you're all here watching. But not that hard. A slow mollusk with a spiral shell, snail, and a lion. Snail and a lion. Snail lion. Snail lion. Snail lion. Snail lion. Snail lion. Of course it is. Now, snail on, I think that's just, in your haste to get some points, I'll give you that. Nail lion, I think that's just a typo. I do that all the time. I miss the first or last letters of words. Snail lion, can't spell snail, that's fine. Lots of people can't spell things. Tiger Chan, sea lion, lion snail. Lion snail. So again, you've got the right words. You've just not smashed. You just ball hair away from getting a point there. Snail lion. I want to move this game on to the next level where I can introduce spaces. But when you can't get the non-space version of the game, like, I always use the one where it's the second of the Star Wars films and a time-traveling movie where it's the Empire strikes back to the future. I feel if I was to introduce that level of complexity after 15 weeks of playing the game, I was going to say your heads would explode. My head will explode. I feel we're stuck in a rut here, guys. We'll have to try this one day. Question 8. Yellow citrus fruit and that thing. Would that be called answer space? I think I need to get like whole new set of branding, a whole new, like in a different day. We'll do it on like a Thursday. It'd be too confusing for everyone. I know, Matt, that answer would have spaces. I mean, I'm trying to get them in gently. I'm trying to make it... We used to do the first 5 questions. You were allowed to put in whatever you want, and I would give you the answer just so you could learn how the game worked. It's like everyone that comes on the streams, like, they're smoking something. I don't get it. I want to get to the stage where we can have space, because I've got... Shall I show you this? Oh, no, I can't show you that because it's got all the answers on it. I've got a spreadsheet of like 100 answer smashes with spaces. I'm too scared to use them because it would just be carnage. So this, for instance, I do not think could be any easier. A yellow citrus fruit. How many citrus fruits are there? And how many of them are yellow? Offhand, I can think of 1. Maybe 2. If you're a bit colourblind, you might go, grapefruit. Oh, it's not really yellow, but okay. But it's clearly a lemon. That thing there, clearly a turtle. Turtle lemon. The last 2 letters of turtle are the first 2 letters of lemon. They have been smashed together to give the answer smash turtle lemon. Now, sea turtle lemon is an answer smash. That's I want to say that's wrong. But you're so terrible at this game that that's good enough for a right answer. Sea turtle. What is a sea turtle? There's no such thing as a sea turtle. There are turtles that live in the sea, but they're not called sea turtles. Sea turtle. Yellow citrus fruit. Ah, the well-known sit. What's this? Pine flapping. That's just say what you see. That's either you hate me and you're trying to annoy me, you're an idiot and you're just saying what you see and putting pine in there for some reason, as if that's some kind of citrus fruit. I don't know what's going... Turtle lemons, that's fine. That's just got an extra S on it. That is fine. You deserve no ridicule. The Empire Strikes Back. Lemon on the half shell and fruit bat. Hate you guys. Why do you do it to me? Turtle lemon was clearly the correct answer. Well done, everyone that isn't trying to kill me with high blood pressure. They're totally called sea turtles. They are not called sea turtles. They're called like loggerhead turtles or what? There are 7 different types of sea turtles, i.e. turtles that live in the sea. Guess how many of them are called sea turtles? 0! None of them! There's the leatherback, the green, the loggerhead, the hawksbill, the olive ridley, the Kemp's ridley, and the flatback. 0 of which are called sea turtles. They're just turtles that live in the sea. Not that I just googled that or anything. But anyway, question number 9, because everyone's loving this. A snake-like fish, see, an aquatic one. We're themed tonight. A snake-like fish with a slender, elongated body and poorly developed fins. And that thing. Hulk smashing coming. No, there will be no Hulk smashing. I will not rise to it. I do have high blood pressure, and it's actually under control quite well, so I'll thank you all not to try and bump me off. I'm convinced some of you are my wife, because I'm worth a lot of money dead. We call them sea turtles in the US. If we're going to start accepting things people in America call things, then we're going downhill fast. That is not going to happen on this channel. Do not smash the aquarium. I will try not to smash the aquarium glass. Well done, 12 people. Beel. An eel and a bee. Smash together and make a beel. Bumblebeel. I like Bumblebeel. You're getting that as an alternate answer. Bumblebeel, correct. Spelling bee, no. Beeloach, we call them sea turtles in the US. You didn't even get the right answer. Or smash it. Beeloach is just bee and loach. One of which is incorrect and neither of which is smashed. Call them sea turtles. Is that like you call them tuna fish? Like there's some other kind of tuna that's not a fish, like tuna horse? No. Just because you call them that in the US does not mean that that's legitimate. You shouldn't. Stop doing that. You don't have to have a tuna fish sandwich. You can just have a tuna sandwich. There's no other type of tuna. It's just tuna. There's not tuna beef. No. Stop it. Be me. Be me. No. Beel we were going for. Beel. Well done. Angrily. Well done, people. There's only one more question left. Then we're almost done. Oh God, we're 26 minutes over time. Deep breaths. There we go. Question number 10. You need to make 100 points up here, Bandit Aquatic. Zenny, you need to get this wrong. And Bandit Aquatic, you need to get this right within 1 second. So hope you've got your typing is up to scratch. Here you go. Final question. A precious stone, typically colourless, yellow or pale blue, consisting of an aluminum for the Americans, silicate that contains fluorine. And that thing. So close, some of you. So close. So close. That isn't a picture of a bee. I mean, it was pretty damn close. It's not an anatomically correct picture. Bees don't generally dance. It was obviously a bee. It's only got 4. Yeah, well, you got me there. We did have a whole thing about insects and 6 legs, 8 legs. Still a bee. Still a bee. Right, a precious stone, typically colourless, yellow or pale blue, consisting of an aluminum silicate that contains fluorine. You think laptop and opal. Ooh, laptopaz. Laptop and topaz. Laptoperlite. I mean, all smashes. I mean, we're going to break out the soundboard. All smashes so far. All answer smashes. Only one of them's right, but they're all answer smashes. Windows suck. Laptopoline. Oh, that's a smash, not a fucking glue. Pep top. Pep top. I don't know where you were going with that. Pep top. Computerioni. Cubic zirconia laptop. I was going to say all good guesses, but they weren't all good guesses. Some good guesses. The correct one of which was laptopaz. Topaz is a colourless yellow or pale blue precious stone consisting of an aluminium silicate that contains fluorine, and that's meant to be a laptop. Laptopaz. Thank God it's over. Your winners is a push. In third place, Bandit Aquatic. Third place, Bandit got done out of second place. DVP is in second place with 658 points, and your winner tonight with 700 points, Zenny McGinger. Well done, Mandy. Everyone else. Right. Just for 1 week. How about we try really hard next week? Just once to see how it goes. We play properly. We don't try and give me an aneurysm. We just try our best and see how it goes. 700 points. Mandy got 700 points there. Stevie P got 650 points. Some of you get 0 points, but some of you got 8, 100, 143, 200. We're better than this. It's not that hard. We can do this. I want you all to make a commitment now. You're going to turn up next week. You're going to try your hardest to answer Smash. And if we do it 1 week where everyone does well, I don't even want to say it, we'll introduce spaces. It'll be so much more fun if we have spaces. I just need you to get over this line of more than half of you getting more than half of the questions right. That's all I want. We do that next week, then we go all the way. We could go all the way to Space Town, baby. We can make this. We're taking over the world with Answer Smash. We can take over the universe with Answer Smash 2.0. I think that's what we can do. Well done, Zenny. You've done it well. No spaces. We don't want spaces. We can do this. Would you have accepted Burstone Netbook? Oh, I might have done, because I mean technically that's correct. I mean, that's where I want to get to. I want to get to a point where people are catching me out on technicalities. That's A, an Answer Smash, and B, technically correct. I love technically correct. It's the favourite kind of correct you can be. It's technically correct. I love to be caught. In fact, if you catch me out with a technically correct, you get an extra 100 points. Just put that out there. Anyway, is anyone left? I feel like I'm just shouting into the void now. No one's listening to me now. Why would anyone be any interest of me just shouting at them? No, it's 40 people still here. I don't get it. I think we're just at the stage of hoping I have a heart attack. That's the only reason. Evil buggers, a lot of you. I'm going to need a beta blocker before the quiz. Right, we've run horrifically over. No time for GeoGuessers tonight. No time for any Suno songs. I've got a very busy weekend for myself lined up. I've got lots of tanks to move around and lots of systems to build. So I think we're going to knock it on the head. As much as you've annoyed the hell out of me, I really do enjoy Answer Smash. Just wish you were all better at it. I mean, imagine next week I like magically reach a whole new audience of new people, and they all come and play Answer Smash, and they get it straight away. They're like, "Oh, I love this game. Oh yeah, got that Answer Smash." They're hitting me with, technically that's an Answer Smash and correct. All you lot are going to be like, "Oh, going to feel so." So we can do this. A little bit of homework, a little bit of Richard Osman's House of Games. Just Google that, watch it on YouTube. Richard Osman's House of Games. Answer Smash. He stole the idea off me. But at least you can see it in a TV format. Watch a few of them. Next week, we're going to smash this with spaces. We're taking it to a new level. Watching the hidden Rabsy Nesbitt come out. Oh dear. So unexpectedly correct equals bonus point. Yes. Yes. I'm 100% behind that. I will write out all the rules so as I can put it on screen when people are playing, and you can get all this. Just confirming, you might do special orders in the new shop, so you might maybe be able to get in a small Tigrinus for me when the time comes. I definitely could. I might even have bought myself one this week. Watch out for this. Watch this space. We'll never see. They are words that don't make sense. I do it too. Watch this space. You'll never know. You might see something like that. Discus for the rest of us. Ah, I like that. I like that. That's a good one. Have a good weekend. Goodbye. Yes, have a good weekend. Right, everyone. Graham tried to manifest competence in his audience. I didn't think it was that obvious. Oh dear. Thank you very much for joining me, everyone. I think we're going to knock it on the head. I've enjoyed having you here. I hope you've enjoyed having me shout at you. I didn't mean it really. I don't think you're all idiots, just some of you. Otherwise, please watch my next video. I think it's going to be a bit of a big deal for me. I'm stepping outside of my comfort zone. I'm going to try something new. I'd love to know what you think, basically. See you in the next one. Bye!